So hello all and welcome to the actual beginning of this series, where I'll be playing, like everybody else, a Blood Elf Paladin. So, I am Elasem, and I'm ready to go venturing out for the destiny of our people. So if you watch part 0, you just watched me set up a few preliminary add-ons, and let's begin. And I think this is worth reiterating for those who skipped it. I'll try reading out the quest text. If you can't stand my accent, please say so, and then I'll let you read yourself.
Anaria Shola.
Alaria Shalar. Elasem, I hope you're ready to get to work, because there's so much for you to do here on Sunspire Isle. Ever since the destruction of Sunwell by Arthas and the Scourge, we have been a race adrift on a sea of uncertainty. We teeter on the edge of oblivion. This will change, Paladin, and you will learn and aid our recovery at the same time. Yes, we will. The Outland awaits us, though, that's a little far off, but okay. Reclaiming Sunspire Isle. The sooner you begin your education, the better for us all. There's little room for error, so listen closely. We'll listen. The burning crystals, the green floating objects to the west of Sunspire here, have long been used to power the Isle's experimentations. The mana worms were their guardian, but the Scourge invasion of Quel'Thalas has driven them errant from a lack of magical control. So these were our pets, and they have run rampant. There's little choice but to thin their numbers for reclamation. Do this, then return to me. And I think this mana bar, I think I have to move that one. It's driving me a little nuts. Okay, we'll kill
Be ready for
eight worms.
anything.
So I think that's a little whoopsie doopsie from previously. Oh, I forget always its interface, and then we go here, 5 seconds, and we do not always show it. Okay, I think that should be good. So let's venture out. And we'll use for now, what does this actually do? Holy melee attacks cause an additional 6 holy damage. Okay, that's not too bad. I think we'll be running into a lot of other paladins, and I think that's very much to be expected. What does our racial do? Reduces target mana, so we reduce their mana, and charges you with Arcane Energy for 10 minutes. And what does Arcane Energy do? We actually tried this one out. Consumed by Arcane Torrent. It doesn't quite say what it actually does. Wait, new pants already. So it has a short cast time, not a very big one. Silences all enemies, so AoE silence, like in the good old days. In addition, you get 12 mana for each mana tap charge. And I'm wondering how many we can have. Does it say here? Up to 3, okay. So we have a little mana battery right here. So, and 12 mana times 3, so 30 mana, that's pretty good. So, a fourth. Let's round up and say a fourth of our available mana. That's not too bad. And I've disabled I think the add-on works, but I've disabled the very fast looting from the previous series, which had me going through, oh, I got this item and I didn't even notice. So now we can just get a glimpse of what we're looting before we actually loot it. That's not too bad. So playing a paladin, you've heard the tales, auto-attacking all day. Very interesting gameplay. I think we can spice it up with engineering, that's the hope at least. And then we just have to remember to push our one button for the time being. Way, new pants again, this is Pants Man. The crit. And a level already, and that's the first quest. I think we might as well just murder something on the way. I think the idea of being a guardian, a mana guardian, a Templar, like these guys, that's pretty. That's what everybody wanted to be, but only the guards can be those. So paladins everywhere. Hello,
Our
Magistrates.
enemies will fall.
I hope you're ready to get to work. Yes, ever since we just said that. You have successfully completed your first task, and what a task it was. For that, you are to be congratulated. Wow, we made the hero instantly, so it's not only in the newer versions of the game. Such success gives me faith that you will turn out to be better than those young blood elves who are level 1, who fail to heed the lessons of their masters, so they fail to kill 8 mobs. Continued success will be rewarded, not only with knowledge, but also with tangible rewards. Your work here is not finished. There's much to learn. And I think we take the mail boots.
Death to all who oppose us.
So, Paladin Training. As you advance in your class, you will want to take advantage of the training that your class trainer can provide you. For young paladins here in Sunstrider Isle, your trainer is... Yes, Dennis Sunstriker. Sunstriker, how a nice last name. Speak with just Hennis and see what training he has available for you. The things he will teach you have a cost, so bring some coin. Your trainer's inside. Okay.
The reckoning
So
is
standard
at
class
hand.
quest, and she had another one. Unfortunate measures. Your efforts has made something clear. Honestly, I wish they were not true. The unchecked power of the Burning Crusade has maligned a much larger sworn of the Isle's natural balance than I thought. So she's talking like a druid now. We must now take on a more unfortunate measures to reclaim control. The nearby lynxes have succumbed to the influences of the crystals. They must be put down. Bring me their colors, Elasem, and I may yet be able to fashion a magical restraint to turn some back from being uncontrolled. Okay, so these were also our pets, and we are also to put them down.
Keep your
And we
wits
get
about
some
you.
mail for that. So let's put on the boots. How much armor we get already, that is very nice. So we venture in here. Arcurus.
Your
Hello,
gold is
Sunwing.
welcome here.
And I think we'll just sell off all these things. Some people say they don't want to sell off their starting gear, but I think we'll be okay. So you can see here the dynamic camera following the NPC that we have. Okay. Sunstriker, what a nice set of armor. Can I have you that?
State your business.
Paladin Training. I see the pride swelling in your chest. Already you fancy yourself a Blood Knight. Yes. And Siri activated off that. How nice. In time you will learn your place among us, but first you must learn to harness and master the power of the light. Hone your skills at arms and prove your worthiness. You must be prepared to endure the decisions, fear, and revulsion of those who you're sworn to defend. What's this defending? I've never heard of it. So it's among those who can comprehend the price of great power that safeguard them. Keep your head high and your blade at the ready, Elasem. What a motivational speaker.
Remember the sun well.
So I think we'll train first. We get Devotion Aura, and that shows up here. Additional 1 item worth of armor to party members. They only have 1 aura per paladin. 1 aura per paladin, so for a whole band of... we have like 5 pieces of armor extra on.
Farewell.
So... Well, Watcher Solanin, and now I need for you to do something. Well, Watcher is in need of your services. You will to investigate. He awaits you on the exterior platform. Okay.
We will have
I'm
justice.
guessing we have to run up the stairs. So here are all the trainers in. This was our chambers, not so long ago. Until we became old enough to wield a blade and venture out. Hello, Solanin.
The eternal sun guides
The
us.
Sunspire held a beautiful vantage of the sun will. Once, our lives have been turned upside down, but we nonetheless carry on. It is our way, we are survivors. If you are to survive this upheaval, to carry on your own right, then you must learn how to survive. All Blood Elves must do this, and you must master your insatiable hungering for magic before it masters you. So we are addicts. Ah, good Paladin, I have been expecting you. There are a few tasks that I have of which you are
The
suited to.
reckoning is at hand.
And now he just says the same thing. Okay. And he has 2 task force. With all the chaos happening here at the Sunspire, I haven't had a chance to collect my belongings. I've left outside at various places on the Isle. I must maintain my vigil over the Sunwill, so I'll ask you to collect them. So we just became an errand boy. I need my scrying orb, my scroll, and my journal. Use the satchel for some extra space, and my things are rather bulky. Return them to me and I'll give you something, you know, for the effort. You can keep the satchel as well. Does that mean we get it back? And it just started raining pretty heavily outside. I hope you can hear that.
Keep your wits about you.
Yes. The Shrine of Darth Remor. Days after day, I stand here watching. I've been accused of dwelling too much on our past, while my eyes look to the horizon, but it is my firm belief that each visitor on this island should honor those who have sacrificed all so that it may continue to do so. This guy was our first king. He led us from here to Kalimdor through the Maelstrom. Seek out his shrine to the west and do not return until you have read the plaque upon it in his honor. So we will read your lore. And he's looking over the sea. Yes, it is a pretty beautiful vantage point. So let's see. So Blood Elves do not have the flip, the Night Elf flip, but they have another one that you can control. Arcanus, you seem like you're in need of aid. You caught me at a critical time in my research. No worries, you're welcome to join me in quiet contemplation. Emphasis on quiet, if you don't mind. It's a shame we lost control of so many creatures here on the island. This was once a tranquil place of study and research. Now, all we can do is keep from being attacked our own creations. I'm going to offer you a chance to receive a magical boon in exchange for some collecting work. Bring me a stack of arcane silvers that are found on the mana-using creatures of Sunspire Owl, and I'll cast a spell on you that should aid you in your adventures. So we get a buff and a cloak.
Farewell.
Intriguing. I like that. So this place is just full of quests. I've never seen so many quests. A cat.
Your gold
Weaponsmith.
is welcome here.
And we can actually use one-handed swords as well. That's pretty nice. And we are given
Is at
a
hand.
4-slot bag right off the go. Wow. The Blood Elves are really favored in my mind. I don't know why it zoomed out when we came outdoors. I did not do that. And then it should zoom in. Yes. But we were zoomed this much in before. That's a little. Arcanus Hellion. So Neos all Arcanist Hellion. Knowledge is power, true power, my young friend. You'll be wise to acquire as much as you can and pay proper heed to those who have already done so. Before the raising of the Sunwill, we fooled ourselves into thinking we had neared the apex. It took the scourge to bring us down, and in a way, back to reality. How deep thoughts. And now we're on the quest text. If there's only one lesson you decide to remember from your time on Sunspire Owl, let it be this. Control your thirst. It's a thirst unending, Elasem. You must absorb energy to survive by a mana tap, which we'll have to use very soon. And you must control how you release it by an arcane torrent. Failure is to become one of the wretched, hopelessly addicted and insane. Seek out the creatures that have mana and use mana tap. Learn to master your cravings. Okay, we get some gauntlets. So let's quickly... mana. Sweet relief. So I think we do rise to not let this buff run out. So it's a 10-minute buff. So I think we can manage on a 30-second cooldown to keep this buff up. And we get some arcane silver already. So it's not a thing we can use on every single mob. But we should be able to keep this buff up. So it plays into the Templar fantasy. And how... So we cannot... This is an invalid target due to it not having any mana. So that might be the hard part about keeping the buff up. And we got some colors as well. So let's run in the direction of the quest. So I'm not using a guide. I think there probably is a guide already out there. But I thought last time we didn't use it at all. We were just following our basic instinct and the lore of the quest, and it was a lot of text down here just in the way. So I think we can manage without it. Oh. Gracious. Why not? So all the paladins all over the place. It's a little I wouldn't say overwhelming, but it won't feel that special. It's not the snowflake if there's just an army of blood knights running around. I wonder how it was on launch day. I was an exam that day, so I wasn't able to log in. So where is this quest? Paladin Training available. So for some reason it thinks we have not taken this quest yet. Okay, that's a little unfortunate, since we now we don't have a guide. We really want our questy add-on to function properly. So okay, so this functions, and this says there's a lot of... Okay. So it would actually have been very nice if it did function on creatures without mana, just so we had a pull. Because I think that's one of the main complaints from a lot of paladins, when they don't have a pull mechanic, so they only can face pull a lot of things. So it can only not face pull things with mana. That's worth remembering. Mana tap. So I don't think we get anything out of tagging multiple creatures, apart from if there's a big rush to get all of them. Because we have no AoE capabilities whatsoever, and it's not like we're a warrior where we get rage from being damaged. So a warrior class could actually benefit from... Oh, we have bands. Gotta remember to tap these creatures. A warlock, okay. I'm really excited to see that there are non-new class race combos actually leveling. I think it would be fun. I know there's a... If I remember correctly, there is an elite, like way later on, like a big undead fat guy. Like a Undercity Guardian. That's a group quest. I think that should be very doable with all the Blood Elves leveling. But I thought that we were going to be 5 Blood Elves Paladins stacking aura. And a male build already. How nice. So we actually given a lot of things already. And now we are a class that can heal. Very much different from Fandros. Fandros was also my first go at a Warlock. So I think actually it impressed me a lot. I thought it was very fun to have the pet management and the mana management, and then having the potions along with that. That was pretty nice. Can't remember if we have all those. No, we have. We have all the silver, but we haven't tapped all of them yet. Maybe I should do something about this. I don't know if you can get a more visual cue for when it's about to run out. Maybe we should just have it placed somewhere else. Oh, and I forgot about our errands. Wait, we two-shotted that thing. So we are to find all his things. What a bad errand boy we are. So this is the smart camera thing. Wow, how good. And tilted when we were running up so that we couldn't see a thing, and then it slowly tilted back again. That's a big journal. Hope he's not going to carry that around. I can understand why he left it and let someone else carry it. Is that a little cup? It is. It's actually called cup as well. So you can see how much more detail there was already in this. I wonder, like this was actually also present for the Kodos, for example, and the cup actually attacked me as well, so that's... I think before, maybe the cups, if you attacked the parents would also attack in the Kodos. I couldn't remember, but surely this is a step up. I think the Blood Elf starting zone is pretty. It's pretty unique, at least. Very colorful, and I have the graphics turned up to my recommended settings. I know there are some macros you could use, but I feel that will hinder. You can already see that the introduction gameplay, the cinematic had a loading screen, and I think that might be due to me running this on a hard disk drive and not a SSD. Trees, ferals, oh, these are aggressive. Not that they have a particularly long aggressive range. So I wonder what we do about that. So we might actually bring our buffs over our head. I think we tried doing that, and I couldn't remember what was the hindrance of it, and we got some gloves even though we are going to get some. Oh, these are cool. Blood gloves. Really couldn't remember what was the... We haven't used Holy Light at all yet. Ooh. Very nice. But actually, it's a little hard to tag, so to right click when the loot icon. I haven't encountered that problem before. It's happened twice now. I just wanted to attack and then loot it afterwards, and he does it in reverse order. So it seems like there's a lot of auto attacking. It might be a little iffy, but let's see. You can't see our talent tree yet. I don't know if there's been any changes to the early talents of the Paladin. Not that I would know, because I haven't played one, so it shouldn't really matter that much. Choose. Oh, forget that we have lost already. So it's nice to be playing again. I've actually looked forward to it for a little bit. I was pretty excited for TBC. I hoped it would come a little later, so that I would have more time to finish up Fandor's story and maybe do the human rogue questline or the human rogue areas. But I think the new races and the jewel crafting and everything, that's nice. And I think I will be saving jewel crafting for that other co-op let's play, if that's ever going to be a thing. I think having more people benefit from it is also very nice, and the Draenei, they get a boost to it as well. So I think engineering, so we have a few more buttons to press, that's not a bad idea. I heard a lot of people say that for leveling you should definitely enchant your weapon. So this smart pivot, it's a little weird. It's not a head bob. So let's read the shrine of, and it's just a monument. You have discovered the location of the shrine. Upon further examination, you sense a stronger pulse of the strange power that has gripped the isle. You will feel a bit uncomfortable standing by the shrine, and perhaps a little disturbed. The bronze placard along the side of the shrine reads, "Here stands the shrine of Darth Remor, a fitting tribute to a noble elf. Let all who gaze on this monument remember his sacrifice against the scourge and his dedication to the cause of our continued survival. All who prosper in Quel'Thalas do so thanks to him." So thank you, Darth Remor, our first king. Let's do a quick kneel right here. We bow, and then slowly back out. Thank you for your sacrifice. And as a Blood Knight, I think we are expected to follow in his path, sacrifice ourselves for the good of Quel'Thalas. I think the red tint in our hair, that's a sign that the god favored us to be more on the aggressive side. So I don't know if we'll pick up protection as much as the elders wanted us to. We're a little more focused on the power. The power! Unlimited mana! I should keep up this buff. Magic. I think the music in these zones, they seem taken straight from the Fellowship of the Ring. Okay, this smart pivot thing, I might need to turn this off. It's really confusing. Hello, Arcanist.
Glory to the Sindora.
Knowledge is power. Yes. You've done well. Your willingness to learn shows that you may well rise above the unyielding cravings you must endure as a blood elf. Rest not on your laurels, young one, but instead seek to master what you've learned. Only through vigilance, as well will we as a race survive. Take this, it may be of some use. Now go and bring glory to our people. And the gloves are better, and all the rest is worse. So we'll take the gloves, even though they look cool. The ones we have. But okay, these fit the gear, so fair enough. I might just do a quick sell-off before.
Do not loiter.
Do not loiter. Okay. I think having a sell all junk button, that would be... I think that is a part of the Addy bags that can sell all... So now it zooms way more out than we had previously, but I think it's also a little confusing for the game to have multiple dynamic cameras activated, and we might need to do something about that. Here are the silvers, and I'm looking forward to the buff. Many of the creatures here in the Isle... Can't remember the voice I made for this guy. At one point bound into non-aggression and complacency by our magical skills. When the Scourge destroyed the Sunwheel, our hold over these creatures shattered. Arcane silvers are the remnants of control we once had, and such might be usable in a fashion to aid us in regarding to control. Better still, perhaps the silvers could be of use. See what malaise the Isle truly suffers under. Splendid. These will do nicely. I've been doing quite a bit of thinking on the current malaise Sunstrider Isle suffers under. Malaise? One of possible course of action I had pursued was to collect these arcane silvers from the beasts. In doing so, they could be experimented on. This would provide a potential source of culpability. Anyway, I will tend to the research. Allow me to place this incantation of you. I believe you'll make a good use of it. And a daylight cloak.
Death to all who oppose
and we are now
us.
a daywalker. Very nice. Increase stamina and spirit by 5. Okay, that's a very big buff. So we just got a lot more health. So 50 more health if it stacks the way it used to. That is not too bad. So we almost doubled our health right there. Hello, mattress drinks.
Ahead.
It gives me no pleasure to ask you to destroy these beasts. While in time past we have lived in relative harmony with woodlands creatures, though they are little wood elf-like, night elf-like. These are different times. Your first order of business for all Sindorai's survival. Make sure you remember that. Fine. The tower and surrounding area should now be relatively secure, though only for a time being. You have done well in providing us with a buffer of security, but we will need to reassess control over the entire isle if we're to survive here in the long run. This will involve tracking much greater threats than errant mana worms and lynxes. Take this, you will no doubt make good use of it. And so we have nothing on, apparently. So we'll take that. You are to report to my assistant, Lanathan Perelion. He will instruct you on what needs to be done. While we are here at Sunspire, we'll continue to reign in the burning crystals. You will be focused on a more pressing matter concerning Falthrian Academy. Lathan will explain fully when you speak to him. Simply walk west of here along the path and you should see him standing close. Good luck. You continue so to be rewarded.
Shorel Oran.
Shorel Oran. And still says that we need Paladin Training. And we actually got to level 4.
Do not loiter. Salama Ashalan.
We had no chest on. Okay. Wow, that was a big piece of armor we got there. Very nice.
The
Hello,
dark times
Sunstriker.
will
I would like to
pass.
train. Blessing of Might. Increase attack power. Okay. And Judgment unleashes the energy of a seal upon an enemy. Refer to the individual seals for judgment effects. Okay. 10-second cooldown. No cooldown. Okay.
The reckoning is at hand.
And I have no idea how to set this up just yet. So... Okay. Increase attack power. And then we can use this one. Okay.
Glory to
So
the
that should be a pull in my mind, because it's actually 10-yard range. The shrine, let's talk about that. Oh, Elasem, thank you for sharing your experiences at the shrine of Darth Remor. First off, you should be commended for your sense of duty and respect. I will serve you. It will serve you well, not to only here, but to in all Azeroth. Okay, I bet that. As for the odd sensation, it's no doubt of contributing part of the taint has fallen. Sunstrider Isle, we shall keep an eye on it. Thanks for alerting us to it.
We will have justice.
And your things? Have you had a chance to find my belongings? Once we reassess our dominance over Sunspire Isle, I'll need them in my work. For now, though, I must maintain my watch over Sunwell, or what remains of it. He's so somber. Well done, I knew you'd be perfect for the task. Once it's safe to make use of the outdoor facilities, I'll be putting these to good use. Once it's safe, everything here is non-aggressive apart from the trees. Like I mentioned, please feel free to keep the satchel. Also, you may find this piece of armor to be useful. Consider it ample compensation for a simple task. Now it's a simple task. Before it was well done. So these aren't
Keep your wits
different.
about you.
Keep your wits about you.
What do you see?
Just sold this off, but it's very nice to have a bag
Remember
already.
the
That's
Sunwell.
wow. Did not expect that. I can't figure out whether or not I want to do this as a standalone series and not have any help from Fandros. I think the smart thing to do was maybe to save up on a boot enchant or something like that and have the 8% boot increase for long travels and or a very nice enchant on a weapon or something like that. But I think it also is kind of cheating, and I think the fun of it is actually the struggle. So I think to not include anything, but for something like backspace, yeah, there's a struggle there as well, which is resolved too quickly by just sending over some bags and a few coppers or silver to train your spells. But I might decide on that. If I lack the goal to get my proficiency, I might send over a little bit from Fandros. He earned a pretty penny, and I think it's also in the flavor of the Blood Knights to be just a little bit rich. And this kid was no doubt, Elasem was no doubt a spoiled brat, since he's become so self-centered and wanted to use the light for his own purposes. So I think there's a little bit of a excuse I can make for sending over just a little bit. And it's not like Fandros is a level 60 with 100 gold in the bank, but he made a little bit by playing the auction house.
We will persevere.
So, your continued service to the Blood Elves is paramount to our survival. We must all pitch in and pull ourselves out of the mire we find ourselves in. If you're ready to work, report. Magistrix Irona told me you'll be long quick enough, Elasem. The Phaedron Academy to our west, the huge floating building with the ordnance spires, is in bad shape. You're going to be leading the effort to recapture it. The building, going to recapture a building. Okay. From the wretched, a blood elf who has forever succumbed to the basest cravings. And our buff is about to run out. I hope you're able to work. This is not only going to be a lesson about danger, but also about what happens when you forsake the realities of who you are.
Keep your wits about you.
Before sending you to the academy, I want you on another task that needs to be dealt with immediately. So we'll do that one first. Once used to aid us in the gardening of Sunspire Isle, the bestial tenders now have grown out of control. Clear them out. with due haste, but be warned, their lack of control has made them aggressive. It's such aggression that forces us to put these down. It doesn't please me to ask, but survival is paramount. And we get a weapon for it, which is better even though it's a one-hander.
Hold your head high.
Okay. And we know where these trees reside, and he said us to deal with this immediately, so might as well. Let's see how Judgment worked, and it resisted. So we have to reapply our buff, so that's a great use of our mana right there. Good thing that we have the mana battery then, which has run out. We resisted again, okay. So what does it do? Damage healed. So it deals some damage. Refer to individual seals for effects. Okay. So unleashing this seal will cause 20 holy damage. Okay. So it's just flat damage if they do not resist it. So I think the effective thing to do is to release it just before expiring, if we are to save mana. So we ought to soon. It costs 4 mana. So it costs almost no mana in comparison to recasting the buff. I think we can use it. Oh, this one actually has mana. We seem to have a lot of mana, and I think being able to actually utilize our mana abilities, that's also not too bad. How long range? So that is the range. Okay, so it's not a very long range ability. And it has a cooldown. Yeah. So we don't feel like okay, for the time being, even though we try, we can't actually seem to empty our mana bar. So we might as well just use it on cooldown for the extra damage. That is very nice when we don't have to wait for another two-hander hit. Doo-dee-doo-doo. I think the music in here is so nice. Ooh, the reflections too. So this is the floating structure. Another cloak. In black. I like it. We are no daywalker. And you can actually immediately, it seems like it's off the global cooldown or something like that. Let's try right here. So we don't lose any damage. It's not like there's an auto attack that doesn't get the buff from Seal of Righteousness, which is actually pretty nice. So let's control our cravings. We don't get to mana tap that one. Okay, so I think everything is going pretty well. So I can definitely tell that reading out these quest takes a lot longer, but I think it's worth it. Hold shift. Are you sure you want to hide? If okay.
Anaria Shola.
Aggression. While the death of the tenders give me no joy, it does show me that you're ready for the most important task you'll do here in Sunspire Isle. Take this and put it to good use. You'll need good items and sharp wits for the task ahead. Our reassertion of control of the island depends on it. And we'll take the sword. A betrayer of our people resides atop Faithrin Academy to the southwest. Paladin is his name, and he was banished from Blood Elf lands for the failing to heed the warnings of our teachers and elders. He is the worst of our society, and he lives only to feed his insatiable magic additions. He refuses to learn control. He's a a shell of his former self, one of the wretched, and he is a threat to the Sunspire. Destroy him, and we get a shield.
Stay the course.
That's very nice to go along with our sword, which is very cool. How cool is that? So we are off. Really, very well equipped already. Oh, nice. I think we have boots. Yes, we have boots. Just tap this guy for mana. And is it flat damage? It seems like it's less damage now. Before it was like 6 damage per... Okay, there's a 5. Just wondering whether or not there's a benefit to having a faster weapon for the additional 3 holy damage. So it seems like there would be a benefit since it's flat damage, but it... I don't know. Okay. Another level. So I think we're leveling very fast. It might be so easy to tell, but it doesn't feel like we have been playing for that long. Here it is, the pivoting camera again. It pivots back, okay. Just got it off. Kill the thing. Here, right here, I wanted to click this guy and I can't due to it not being able to. Here we actually had a use for our Arcane Torrent if we wanted to. So I'm not sure quite with the rhythm. If we initiate with the... Wait, wrong button. With Judgment, we might get to use it a second time on the same mob. We just wasted a lot of mana there. Does it actually... This only reduces target mana. Doesn't steal by itself. Wow, another pouch. We are favored by the gods, favored by the light. I think this will really climb to our heads. Elasem, he feels blessed. Tainted, that's a cool one. And we just barely got it off. So I might actually put all our buffs down here. Just so we had a more... Because I think we have to manage all these... Oh, the one we had is better. Managing all these buffs all the time, as well as the attack power, that seems like a major part of our gameplay, and we actually want that in focus, not having to look all the way up and then... So I messed this up quite a bit. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. Maybe I should reverse the order, but... It's pretty cool that one ability is different depending on what buff you had. That's a pretty cool mechanic, I think. Okay, we already have all the... So I messed that up there again. So there's definitely a little learning to be had here. No, still quest items are better. Seems like we have to go all the way to the top. And these seem like they can drop something that we need. This item begins a quest thing. And that there were people here before us. So how cool are these structures? Big floating structures that take you way up into the sky. Which just makes you beg for a goblin glider. can't carry anymore. Okay, so we already had it actually. Oh, and we gotta tap in before.
Take heart. Your friends will not long mourn your passing.
He actually had a voice line. How cool is that? I think we probably will die. You found an odd silver or crystallized manner on the corpse of the tainted arcane wraith. The silver is different than others you have seen, in that it is as dark and sinister looking as the wraith you looted it from. Just holding it gives you a sense of unnatural foreboding. Arcane Stallion at the gaze-bow of the Sunspire on Sunspire just might be someone who would have used for the silver. So we'll take this to the researcher. So can we jump from here? Probably not, unless we're really good at hitting the water. Oh, this is like doing math on life. No. How did that go so wrong? So I think we'll just take the risk. This was actually planned all along. This was way faster, and we take no durability, so... Fooled you there. Just as intended. Hello, Hellion. I found a silver for you. Yes, knowledge is power. From your demeanor, you seem to be a matter of some urgency. Is there something specific? Yes, this Arcane Silver. This is most interesting. And when I say interesting, I mean disturbing. Our efforts to reassess control of the Isle following blah blah blah. I suspect that whatever foul source is corrupting the Isle is at heart of it all. This silver may be some aid to uncovering what's really going on. You arise to bring this to me. Take this as compensation for your vigilance.
Shorel Aran.
So we are not yet level 6. So no new items. I think we'll encounter a salesman along the way. Oh, and we have to enable this one as well. Okay, I think that's nice to know. So a lot will happen when we die. Have to re-enable and when we get a profession as well.
Victory lies ahead.
You continued service to the Blood Elves. We much all Pistian, yes. Heed well this warning. This guy is only a symptom of a much larger problem. His demise will solve our immediate concerns, but all Blood Elves share the potential same fate as him if we let our addictions get the best of us. So we are essentially all very bad crack addicts. His head, you are able to be commended, Elasem. Your succeeded where others like Feldren have utterly failed. Perhaps you are truly ready to be a contributing member of Blood Elf Society. Your success here means that you are capable of surviving greater threats that lurk in Eversong, and believe me, there are plenty to face. Let's get this shield.
Time is of the essence.
Elasem, it's good to see you again. Major 6 wanted you to head over to Silver Moon City in order to aid our reclamation efforts there. That is, once you had successfully addressed the situation at Feldren Academy, you did not disappoint us. On our way to Falcon Wing Square south of here, you should speak to Outrunner Alarian. She is not far from the bridge. The Outrunners take care of shuttling goods between here and the mainland, and since you've proven to be so resourceful, they could use your assistance. So we are off to the next zone. And a beautiful shield. I actually think the things we're given are so nice when compared to the things that we're given as a starting off a troll or something like that. Oh, nice. Okay, it seems like there is no shield skill. There's the defense skill. Okay. That's nice. I think it's pretty cool that we got so much looks already. So even though it is nice to be a grunt, Not you are the chosen one from day one, and you did so well by pushing this one button and doing the introduction quest. I think it's nice to have a little bit of the class fantasy shine through. And we can still see it's a wooden board with a ornament on it, so it's not totally a dragon's shield just yet, but we're already playing the lore. I see you, Outrunner. Hello, Alarian. I bring
Glory
news
to
from
the Sindorai.
the last place. And now we are in Dawning Lane. If you're heading towards the city, then I have important information for you. Hello there, Paladin. I've heard that a resourceful young blood elf formerly in the service of Magistrix Erona might be making their way down here to help us. We're certainly welcome to you, especially from someone who's proven to be so competent. It's hard work being an Outrunner, being Sunstrider Owl and Falcon Wing Square. Your tight deadlines, long hours, and worst of all, the wretched. The road south goes through the ruins of Silvermoon. The place is crawling with wretched, ready to kill you for a few mana crystals. Unfortunately, I think that's what happens to the last Outrunner we sent. I see you're eager to prove yourself. Venture into Dawning Lane and see if you can find traces of our Outrunner.
Be ready for anything.
Okay. Slain by the wretched. What a poor fate. So this actually is the western half of what was previously Silvermoon City. So this would have been the northern gate. How glorious is it? I think it's pretty cool that you can actually kind of see a little bit of the Night Elf architecture. This like well-shaped aloft columns, and then they are not. Wait, have you even looked? She's right here. I think the long hours have gotten to her. She's just sitting over there and letting other people do her work. The Outrunner belongings have all been stolen, with the exception of one package. It seems to match Alarian's description of Erona's package. So luckily they did not took the one item that we cared about. You take the package and confirm that it indeed comes from Magistrix. Alarian would probably want you to bring it to her, so we're going to run back. Yes. And we did not sell. Yeah. So my assumption that we're going to find a vendor somewhere just not too great.
Victory lies ahead.
Have you even looked? Where did you find? I find like 10 meters in the direction of the city that you should run. By the Sunwill! That's the third Outrunner we lost. I appreciate your courage in venturing 10 meters. The guards near the keep need to keep a closer eye on those. Maybe you need to keep a closer eye on those bastards. The death of an Outrunner is true tragedy, but it is a risk we all accept when we take our job. The Magistrix at the Sunspire needs to get this package to the inn at Falcon Wing Square, and she needs it ASAP. We're short-handed and don't have anybody. Yeah. I know what you're getting at. I can do it. I'm not going to lie to you. The path to Falcon Wing Square can be extremely dangerous. If you leave the safety of Dawnwind Lane, do you feel up to the task? And we get
We
an
will
apple.
have justice.
So, risking our lives for a few apples. But that is the Paladin way. For the good of our people. Can you maybe... I'm sorry. So sad to see another Outrunner slain. Where? And the dangerous path that lies ahead seems so filled with creep that I couldn't almost... How can I even be here? Level 4's all over. Ooh, a golem. Arcane Patroller. So it does not seem that dangerous yet, I must admit. I'm kind of wondering how she died. Maybe she died from exhaustion. She did say that the path between here was a dangerous place and it was exhausting long hours, so I think she actually just... Oh, there's a guard even. Maybe just have ran her to death by going back and forth with packages that was outrun a Ilarian's job. That is my suspicion. So, a fountain. Falcon Wing Square. Oh, nice. And there's a vendor. Cheese vendor. Karena.
Valadash Malinore.
Ooh. How nice, how nice. I think we'll just try to sell everything. There's nothing in here that we care much about.
The reckoning is at hand.
Okay, and I think we'll just go in, complete the quest, and set the end, and that's our first episode. And it's a good thing to cut up frequently, because in the last... Food! We haven't eaten for a good long while. But we haven't got our food yet. Hello, Delarian. We're completing a delivery. Welcome to my inn, Paladin, and I have to understand that you have something for me. How did you know? But yes, thank you. I do appreciate the prompt delivery. While you're here, please make yourself comfortable. If you haven't already done so, feel free to get a hearthstone and bind yourself to here. Using a hearthstone will allow you to recall to the inn once every hour, and we can return here to get a new one. Okay, and we'll take the elves.
Hold your head high.
And we'll set our hearthstone. We accept this location. And I think that's... Oh, we can sit on the bar chairs. Sherry? Sherry does not sell. Haven't these become cheaper? 4 silvers. Am I remembering this wrongly? I'm actually tempted to go ahead and buy one, because for our spells cost 1 silver. We need 3 for our next level. Oh.
Everything has a price.
Every bag is... I think this will be worth it in not only the long run, but in the short term as well, because 4 silver, that's cheap. It's upstairs. I'm very hoping to find all these secret cooking recipes that we found. Like the very local...
Everything has a price.
we can just afford it. Very local. So the bat wing soup and everything like that. I think that's not a priest trainer. That's not what we're looking for. Mage trainer. Warlock trainer. So I'm guessing there's a paladin trainer here as well. Demon trainer. And a first aid trainer. Actually, we need first aid. And now I just screwed myself. Because we can learn all our professions. That's not gonna be hell of expensive. Yeah. I think we'll train it. And I might just send over a few copper to Spall, our Brad right here. Cooking trainer. How nice. Train me. I think it's spice bread. It's very nice to have these.
Your gold is
This guy could have some. So what would we be needing? For saying that we will be needing a mining pick and a blacksmith hammer, because we're going engineering. Link's steak right here. I think we even sold some of this buyback. No. Cooking 1, and it gives us a food buff. So right there is our first unique recipe. And we simply just need it. The jeweler's kits, that's a new item for the... And we could... a fishing pole as well? Okay, so now we don't have the money to buy our spells once we hit the next level. But we do have almost all of our professions. Or at least the secondary ones. So we got almost none of our professions. Maybe I'll just go grab... we can't afford it. I think that's it for the episode, and we will have Elasem right here feast on his apples and sleep in the inn. So we can even wave sitting down. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.